All right, getting into a little bit, I've done a lot of elbow pull stuff. Now, it's not for everybody. I know, and I do have a little bit of elbow off stuff. Really just 1 to 2 actions here I'm going to show you. And I'll show you sort of 2 variations. One's more elbow off pick, and the other one's sort of elbow off low single. Okay, sort of from the same, not sort of, exactly from the same action. I got beaten this a lot early on in my career, international career, and I had to figure it out. Right? I had to figure it out. There's guys nowadays that are really good at this position, way better than me. I did learn to feel a position, because it helped me defensively. All right, it's just a little bit of elbow off. Again, we did a lot of modified hand fight, roll wrist. If I don't feel that, I can elbow off, right? And again, it's a different elbow off. It's not your traditional turn, look, right? It's more of a pull elbow off. Get his feet set, all right? Again, I'm not worried about his hands, everything. I pay attention to the bottom half of his body, his core, where they're at, what he's going to do. My action is to get his feet set. They're where I want to be, okay? So just a little bit of elbow off, fore ankle. And again, I'm going to show 2 slightly different variations, probably hard to see, but really dive into this position. I love this position. I didn't work it tremendously, but I had to learn it because it was beating me, okay? So again, Jason, I take my head, say he grabs with the other side, okay? Now this, when I say elbow off, I mean legit elbow off, okay? I don't really call it an elbow pass, because I'm not really passing his elbow. I'm going to elbow off, but prior to that, when Jace grabbed me, again, I'm not just letting Jace grab me and dictate everything here, okay? If I go elbow, and when I say elbow, it's armpit, right? It's armpit. I don't just hang down here. Right? A lot of times you see me wrestle, I'll come over here, right? If I don't have that ability, I don't feel it. And my head's sort of stuck here. Inside is pulling me tight. Okay? I go elbow, and it's not a traditional elbow off. I'm going elbow down. Okay? And I'm going to run his elbow to the back of his heel, his far heel. Okay? And I'm going to go get that foot. Right? I'm going to run it down so it doesn't elbow off to the very end. I'm not elbow past shooting. I'm elbow down and guiding it to the back of his foot. Hand follows, foot follows to where I can really get him off bounds. But all I pay attention to is the far foot. So Jason's left leg. If I'm elbowing off with my left hand, it's Jason's left leg. I'm going to set that foot to make sure it's where I want to be. I'm going to put all his weight on it to where I elbow off over it. All right? So again, Jace grabs me, boom. Okay, so here, I'm going to take a little bit of a rocket, boom, I pull, his weight's on there. So when I pull him here, right, I know with his weight's on his toes, I shift back into him without stepping. I shift back in and I push his head to that side. You can see this foot slightly coming up. It means his weight's in the heel, right? I don't have to look at his face, his body language. I know where his weight's at by watching his toes, right? We all know that. If he's in the back, his toes are up. If he's forward, his heels are up. I know where his action is. I'm going to take him up and then plant him down. Okay? And I'm taking him that way. It's not forwards, backwards directly. It's back, it's forwards, and then over that leg. Where I'm planting all his weight on his offside, or his opposite side. So I pull here, I load, right? Again, I'm looking at the top of my head, right? And I drop my head hand, and I'm going to a low single outside position, and I'm kneeing in, boom, running through that position. Head goes right to the inside of the knee. For me, I'm not dropping outside. I'm not dropping to my high C. I'm going just like my low single finish. Boom! And I transition. It might only just be that pull where I transition him back. So he's got to step it because he's falling over it. Right? And when I go to it, I'm going to take it slow here. I go knee down right in front of his toe. Low single finish here. I'm still holding the elbow until I throw him off me. My head goes to the inside part of his knee. Okay? My foot, my toe, when I knee over, it rolls out to straight. If I keep this toe in, it's hard to keep my eyes up. When I roll it off and I go toe under, I can sink back to my haunches. So when I have this here, I just run into him, throw him off, run back side. Okay, got it. It's very hard, too slow. Because when I'm hitting him up, and that elbow off just sort of falls with him. I'm taking this elbow to the back part of his heel. Okay, it's got to stay with me. I pull and I shift. Here, boom. Elbow off, up into the bottom. Okay, like I said, there's a lot of guys, Mike's had Mark Hall, killer with this. Probably know it way better than I do. I had to learn this to beat a couple guys in my weight class, right? So I've learned the shifting, the pressing, the putting the weight on the foot I want it on, okay? I'm not, like, again, I'm not just grabbing, boom, I'm pulling, and I shift back in. I lean, that lean shift, and hand falls off, boom, up into him, cover the position. All right, very basic. I call it elbow off. I'm sure there's a lot of other names for it. Again, I hate saying elbow pass, but I don't really pass the elbow. I elbow off as I'm going to get. Now, again, to every action, there's a reaction. You get to a guy, you elbow pull, he might be pulling his hand up, right? He might be straightening his arm, straightening it off my body. There still is an attack to that open leg that I set up, right? There still is a low single attack. I'm a righty, that's his lefty, okay? Because it's, for me, it's the same side, that's my low single side, okay? So when I set him up here, when I set him up, oh, here, and maybe this elbow comes out of the way, and I'm releasing here. Maybe he straightens it over my head, and straighten back, yeah, but I lose him, okay? I can't elbow off, there's nothing to elbow off. His weight is still in that foot, I can see it. Right now I just have my traditional low single here, where I'm hitting. Okay, again, shoelaces down, keep my butt goes to my heel, 3 legs driving, elbow tight, 3 hand tight, forearm on the mat, I'm grabbing his heel, not his leg, looking into his knee, cracking down, running to the hip. Okay? So again, it's going to be a fast action where you're going to be able to catch a boom, and I'm just releasing and going to my low single. So I boom, whatever I slip off, boom. And I'm shimmying out of the position. I'm hardly ever jump off. Do I ever shoot straight, best position, right to it? Not me. Some people can. So if I shoot past, I shimmy him off, I come back out. Because I do not want him in a chest wrap front head pinch. That's why my elbow is so tight here. When I can crack it back, if he goes the other way, he goes turned down, I can run my single leg. I've got a lot of different variations. But again, to me, it was about getting to the leg. The finish will come, I'll figure it out. I know where I'm at, I know how many options he has. I'm putting myself in the best position. All right? So one more time. I pull, I shift, boom. Say I miss it, bam. I'm getting into this position. Now again, this is a position we go all day with how to finish. Over the top, through the leg, whatever we want to do. Okay, I'm doing traditional finish where I'm hitting, running to the front. Again, freestyle to my lace, hitting that hip. All right. So just a couple options there. If you're not feeling your elbow pull, if your head's stuck on the same side, what do? Elbow off, hip, elbow off, release, low level. Very good shots. Again, recommend getting in these positions. You learn to finish by action, by doing, by a lot of reps. Get a guy defensively that sits in front. Get a guy that jumps over the top. Get a guy that stays baseline. Figure out how to beat him. Figure out how to beat him. Because these positions, getting to his legs at the highest level is the hardest. The preface to the shot is crucial. Like I said, whether it's elbow pull, elbow off, you've got it.